maybe external parties. Okay. Next, you have uh, your psychomotor domain. Okay, where you use your skills hands-on. Okay, lab. For example, lab you do your simulation. Okay, you do your circuit construction. Okay, so this will include your psychomotor domain or skills. Okay, so all of these are called generic skills. Okay, next, under OBE, the first part that you need to know is the program educational objective. Okay, PEO. Okay, the short form is PEO, where what university wants you to become after graduated. Okay, so this will be measured 3 to 5 years after you graduated. Okay, for example, first PEO, university wants you to become creative and innovative. Okay, where you can generate innovative ideas or products in local or international industry or government, or to work in multidisciplinary. Okay, so you don't have to fulfill all. You don't have to work in local, international, government, and so on. Okay, but you can work in one of that industry. Okay. Second is multidisciplinary career, where you establish yourself in diverse range of careers in technology. Okay, and work in the transdisciplinary field with Japanese work culture or engage in business opportunity. Okay, even though you are not working with Japanese culture, maybe you do your business and so on. Okay, it's good if you work in Japanese culture, because here you already learn Japanese language and also Japanese culture. Okay, next, improve moral, where you demonstrate ethical responsibility through involvement with community, professional organization, or contribute towards a sustainable society. Okay, for example, after you graduated, you join society like IEM, okay, Institution of Engineers Malaysia, or registered with professional body like Board of Engineers Malaysia, or you involved in sustainable society, okay, like Suruhanjaya Tenaga ST, or PV solar panel and so on lah. Okay, that contribute to the society. And finally, university also wants you to become uh, students in postgraduate. Okay, for example, you must important you are still studying after you graduate. So you maybe you join professional certificate, you join training, okay, HRDF training, you join so on. Okay, so for this PEO, they target to for students to enroll in postgraduate studies. Okay, so not necessarily okay, to target to our alumni to further study. So after graduate, you should know your outcome. So first, first level, you know the program educational outcome, where you know you still wants to become after graduate. Next, okay, next you have to know what is the program outcome. So after when you study here in MJIIT and after you graduate, you what is your result for your program outcome. So basically, program outcome, we have 12 program outcome, okay, which is PO1, PO2 until PO12. Okay, so when you do PO1, for example, engineering knowledge. Okay, for example, you remember you answer the quiz, okay, you answer test, so that will be mapped into the PO1 under engineering knowledge. Secondly, we have PO2, which is problem analysis. Okay, when you think you want to analyze your problem, you want to analyze problem under your subject. Okay, you want to analyze based on literature review, okay, you find references, okay, so these fall under problem analysis, okay. Thirdly is PO3, design and development. When you design software, hardware, okay, you design framework, okay, you design coding, okay. So this will fall under design and development. For PO4, you do investigation, okay, where you investigate the problem and find the solution. So these four fall under technical knowledge. Next, we have soft skills from PO5 until PO12, where you cover PO5, modern tool usage, engineer and society, PO6, where you learn about engineer laws, okay, professional engineer, board of engineers, institution of engineers, okay, and how to relate the subject with society, okay. For example, you interview current engineers, okay, practicing engineers outside. Okay, PO7, when you do environment and sustainability, okay, for example, you design your IDP based on factors that will contribute to environment, okay, and also sustainability. PO8, ethics, okay, when you learn what is good for you, okay, what is maybe law, okay, law that you have to remember, okay. PO9, communication skills, okay, you presenting, you do project report, okay, you discuss in the classroom, okay, you do problem-based learning, okay, so these fall under communication. PO10, individual and teamwork, okay, so this fall under subject, maybe you do your discussion, okay, you work as a team leader, okay, or as member of the project, okay. PO11, lifelong learning, okay, where you find the information after you graduated, okay, information that you can use even after you graduated. PO12, engineering, project management and finance. So when you do your FYP, IDP, industrial training, you have to focus on your engineering, project management and also finance, do some budget, okay, do some Gantt chart, okay. So this fall under PO12. Alright. Next, outcome. So level of outcome, first you have program or educational objective. Okay, so this will be measured 3 to 5 years after you graduated. Okay, so maybe after you graduated, you will get email lah from UTM to answer some question whether you have achieved this program educational objective or not. Okay, so just answer 3 to 5 minutes lah. Okay. Next, program outcome, you have PO or PLO, sometimes they call as PLO, program learning outcome. Okay, upon graduation, you will know. Basically, program outcome, basically you have to know every semester lah, which PO that you achieve or not. Okay, so you have to achieve every PO at least 65%, right? Okay, for your B grade. Okay, 65%. Okay, for example, PO1, you should achieve more than 65% lah to make sure you achieve the PO. Next, finally, we have course. So at course level or subject level, we have course learning outcome or CO, course outcome. Okay, after completing of each course. For example, after completing real-time system, we will know lah which course outcome or course learning outcome that you achieve. Okay, CO1, CO2, CO3, CO4, and so on. Okay. So based on UTM, we have 12 PLO, okay, program learning outcome. Sometimes they call as program outcome, okay. So same lah, same like course learning outcome. Sometimes they call as course outcome, okay. So PLO1 basically you apply knowledge of mathematics, science, engineering fundamentals, and electronic engineering, okay, to solve complex engineering problems, okay. So the keyword is here is knowledge, where you want to solve complex engineering problems. If you take other or your friends take other degree program, for example, bachelor science, okay, bachelor technology, bachelor engineering technology. So the word here is different lah, not complex engineering problems. Okay. So only engineering has complex engineering problems here. So next, PLO2, where you identify, formulate, analyze, and research literature on complex engineering problems to reach substantiated conclusion using first principle of mathematics, natural sciences, and engineering sciences. Okay, this fall under analysis, where you analyze your problem based on literature, okay, for complex engineering problems. Okay, using mathematics, natural science, and engineering sciences, or using basic knowledge lah. Okay, PLO3, where you design and develop electronic system engineering for complex engineering problems. Okay, and then you also have to meet specific needs which appropriate to public safety, health, cultural, societal, environmental consideration. Okay, so this is not just the normal design. This is not just you design, you simulate and finish. Okay, this you have to consider public health and safety, cultural, societal, and also environmental. Okay, if you just design for normal design, not considering public health, so this that will fall under applied knowledge lah. Okay, you just design normal things, not considering public safety, health, and so on. Okay, so PLO4, when you conduct investigation into complex engineering problems, or you do research-based knowledge, research method learned in ICOSA or synthesis of information to provide valid conclusion when you investigate. Okay, so this more into your literature review. Okay, you investigate your problem based on standards and so on. Okay, PLO5, apply appropriate techniques, resources, and modern engineering tools. Okay, so you use IT tools lah to solve your complex engineering activities. Okay, so for example, for this subject, we will use Arduino, for example. Okay, other subject you use maybe Altera, Xilinx. Okay, you use microcontroller, for example. Okay, ESP. Okay, so that fall under tools lah. Okay, PLO6, apply contextual knowledge to assess societal, health, safety, legal, cultural issue, and responsibilities to professional engineering practice, or fall under engineers and society. Okay, where you know about safety and health, you know about legal issues, law. Okay, PLO7, explain, compare, and summarize impact of professional engineering solution in societal and environmental context. Okay, when you consider your design project under environmental and sustainability. For example, design real-time system that considering sustainable environment, okay, or sustainability factors. Okay, so you design something that safe to environment, okay, that's sustainable to our future. Okay, PLO8, apply ethics. Okay, ethics principle, commit professional ethics, okay, in multicultural society based on Islamic, ASEAN, Japanese culture. Okay, so ethics fall under PLO8. Okay, so I think you learn about Japanese culture and so on, right? So that fall under PLO8 lah. Okay, PLO9, communicate effectively on complex engineering activities with the engineering community and with society at large, sometimes in Japanese. Okay, so you communicate lah. Sometimes you communicate in Japanese, sometimes in English. Okay, sometimes maybe one subject in Malay. Okay, so that fall under communication. Okay, PLO10, function effectively as individual and a member of or leader in diverse team and multidisciplinary setting. So this fall under teamwork. Okay, when you do team project, okay, team project, and also you communicate with team members. Okay, so this will be measured under PLO10. PLO11, lifelong learning. Okay, when you recognize the need for and have the preparation and ability to engage in independent and lifelong learning in the broadest context of technological change. Okay, so you recognize the need for, okay, and preparation and ability to engage in independent lifelong learning. Okay, so sometimes lecturer give you independent or take home quiz, okay, lecturer give you take home assignment, okay? So this will fall under lifelong learning. PLO 12 demonstrate knowledge and understanding of engineering and management principles and apply this to one own work, okay? So this will fall under management and finance, okay? So you understand the engineering and management principles, okay? So basically sometimes lecturer just give you or measure your assessment based on management, like Gantt chart, okay? Finance, you do budget and so on, okay? Next, PLO mapping to EAC. Okay, so basically that PLO or PO that I presented before this is the UTM. Okay, UTM PLO. Okay, so basically this is the UTM PLO. Okay, so this is ESE or UTM PLO. But this is the EAC manual requirement. So you also needs to know there are some changes or some changes in mapping compared to UTM PO or PLO compared to EAC manual requirement. So EAC is the standard lah that used throughout the Malaysia and also throughout the world lah. Okay, used by International Engineering Alliance. Okay, so that's why you have to know the mapping of EAC and also UTM. So UTM map 1, 2, 3 until 12. Okay, based on this mapping. But EAC, you can see that PO1 EAC is mapped into the PO1 EAC. PO2 map to PO2 EAC, which is similar lah. Okay, PO3, PO3, 4 to 4, 5 to 5, 6 to 6, 7 to 7. So similar, 8 to 8. But you can see that PO9 here. Okay, PO9, 10, 11, 12. You can see PO9 is mapped into the PO10. Okay, PO10. So you can see that PO9 UTM is mapped into PO10 of EAC, which is PO10 EAC is the communication, and PO9 of the EAC is also the communication. Okay, PO10 of UTM, which is teamwork, is mapped into the PO9. Okay, mapped into PO9 of EAC. Okay, it's like the swap of PO9 and 10 with UTM. Okay, PO11 and 12 also same. Okay, PO11 and 12 also same, where PO11 is mapped with the PO12 EAC and PO12 UTM is mapped into the PO11 of EAC. Okay, swap lah. Same like 9 and 10 swap. 9 and 10 EAC, 11 and 12 UTM is mapped into the 11 and 12 EAC. Okay, if you have question, you can ask. Okay, if no, you can try to figure out lah, because after this we will have some basic quiz lah, to test your understanding. Next, knowledge profile, WK. Okay, WK mapping, because your degree is also recognized not only in Malaysia, you know, your degree is also recognized by engineering accreditation, International Engineering Alliance. Okay, International Engineering Alliance. Okay. Okay, so International Engineering Alliance means your degree is accredited by international engineering bodies, and you can work not only in Malaysia, you also can work in the countries that recognized by IEA, for example, Australia, UK, okay, UK under Engineering Council, US, okay, I believe European Union, okay. So that those countries are recognized by International Engineering Alliance. So under IEA, okay, they also map with the knowledge profile, WK, okay, they call knowledge profile, okay, where you map PLO1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you map with the knowledge profile. Okay, for example, PLO1 and 2 of UTM is mapped in the knowledge profile number 1. Okay, PLO1 and 2 also map knowledge profile number 2, knowledge profile number 3, and knowledge profile number 4. So what are the knowledge profile here? I will explain after this. Okay. PLO3 is mapped into the knowledge profile 5. PLO4 is mapped into the knowledge profile 8. PLO5 is mapped into the knowledge profile 6, and PLO6, 7, and 8 are mapped into the WK7 or knowledge profile number 7. Okay, so what are the knowledge profile? So knowledge profile number 1 is systematic theoretical based understanding of natural sciences. Okay, so basically this knowledge profile is covered in the PO1 to PO2, where you use your knowledge and analysis. WK2 or knowledge profile number 2, where you use mathematics. Okay, mathematics and numerical analysis. So basically you use mathematical equation and so on lah. Okay. Knowledge profile 3 is the theory-based formulation of engineering fundamentals. Okay, so fall under those two subjects. Knowledge profile 4, where you use your engineering specialist knowledge. So for example, this subject is fall under knowledge profile 4, which is specialist knowledge. Okay. Knowledge profile 5, knowledge that supports engineering design. Okay. So WK5, when you do your design. Okay. So your design WK5. Okay. Engineering design. WK6, when you do engineering practice. Okay. Engineering practice in engineering discipline. So WK6 map into the modern tool usage when you use your engineering practice. WK7, comprehension of the role of engineering in society. Okay, so you do engineer to public safety, activity, economic, society, social, culture, environment, sustainability. So WK7, so maybe you already has some information based on the previous PO that I presented. So fall under engineer society, environmental, and also ethics. Okay. And finally, WK8, engagement with selected knowledge in research literature. Okay. Research literature WK8. So it's very high lah when you do research. Okay. So it's fall under investigate. Okay. So this is the high level lah. Knowledge profile number 8. Okay. Next, beside of knowledge K, we also have P. So the previous is WK, which is knowledge K. So next WP, where is problem. Okay. So when you answer the question like solve the problem, right? So we call as complex problem or WP. Okay. So WP also map with PLO1 until PLO7. Okay. So you can see all WP are mapped into all PLO. So easier for you lah, right? To understand all WP. So WP is the level lah, level of complex problem. For example, WP1, okay. So WP1, the attribute is the depth of knowledge required. Okay. So if your lecturer's question fall under WP1, so you have to know the depth of knowledge. Okay. Second, WP2, range of conflicting requirement. Okay. So involve wide range of conflicting technical, engineering, and other issues. For example, you want to solve one problem that has conflict. Okay. You want to design device that has low power, for example. Okay. Cheap and also maybe lightweight. Okay. So that are the conflicting requirement. Depth of analysis required, WP3. Okay. Where have no obvious solution. Okay. Sometimes your lecturer give you a basic question. Okay. Design. Design maybe sensors that want to measure the depth of maybe lake, okay, or the height of building. Okay. So your lecturer will not give you any clue lah. Okay. So this fall under depth of analysis. You have to know your own clue and so on. Okay. Familiarity of issues, okay, involve infrequently encountered issues. Okay. So they give you 1, 2, or 3 issues. Then from that issues, you have to think to solve the problem. Okay. WP5, extent of applicable codes. Okay. Where you use the standard to solve your problem. For example, you want to design microcontroller or Arduino system based on standards by IEC. okay, IEC standard or MS or ISO standard, for example. Okay, so I believe you learn standard lah, right? In your IDP and so on. Okay, or in your professional ethic course. Okay, so when you solve the problem, you need to use your standard, okay, to design the system. Next, WP6, when you extend of stakeholder involvement and level of conflicting requirements. So this level, when you involve a group of stakeholders, for example, your project wants to design the energy efficient system using microcontroller for MJIIT. So when you design for MJIIT, you have to involve MJIIT stakeholders, right? You have to present in front of the dean, deputy dean, head of department, and so on. Okay, so it's quite high level lah, and involve third parties lah, like MJIIT engineers, okay, maintenance, and so on. And finally, WP7, this is the high level lah, okay, interdependence, problem solving, okay, or WP, where you use high level problems including many components, part or sub problems, okay, and you already have the problem and you want to design based on that problems, okay. So high level lah. I'm not sure lah whether any lecturer like to ask this type of question, okay. WP7 is very high lah, okay. For me, I like until maybe ask until standards and so on lah, okay. If you do FYP, IDP, maybe you have to involve with stakeholders lah, right? Okay. Next, because knowledge and problem, WK, knowledge, and WP, problem, complex problem, only involve PLO1 until PLO7. So you still have PLO9 until 12, right? So PLO9 is not involved or not fall under WK, knowledge, or WP, problem, complex problem, but it falls under EA. Okay, EA is the engineering activities. So WK, WP, EA are the standards that used by International Engineering Alliance lah. Okay, so used by throughout the world lah. So WP9, EA fall under PLO9. For keyword is communication. So you can map EA1 until EA5. Okay, so EA1 is range of resources. Okay, when you communicate using people, money, equipment, materials. EA2, level of interaction, when you require resolution or significant problems, interaction between wide range of conflicting technical, engineering, and other issue. EA3, innovation, when you involve creative of engineering principles. EA4, consequences to society and the environment, okay. And EA5 is familiarity. So you can extend beyond the experience by applying certain approaches lah. Okay. PLO 10, 11, 12 are not mapped into any EA or WK or WP. Okay. All right. So any question regarding the basics of OBE, outcome-based education? Okay, so
No.
if no, no Okay, Tan Welun, okay Tan Welun? Tan
Yeah, okay.
Okay clear
Okay.
Okay.
Clear.
We will know if you clear or not, okay, so that we will have some quiz here. Okay, so are you ready? Everyone ready? Okay, I share some basic quiz we play around some quiz. Okay, stop sharing. Stop. Stop sharing. Wait, stop sharing. Okay, stop sharing. Share screen 2. Okay. So you can see my screen number 2. Join myquiz.com. Put enter join code.
Doctor can share the link.
You can see the screen, joinmyquiz.com. Can you see the screen? Joinmyquiz.com and enter the number.
Oh yeah, can.
Yeah. Okay, you enter the number and you will appear here lah. Okay, so far we have how many students here? I cannot see. 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 12. Okay, 12 13. Okay, I think should be 13, right? All right, so we start now.